Hi, welcome to the video Spring Boot Password Encryption for application configuration file using Jasypt library. I am Nam Haming from codejava.net. Through this video, you will learn how to use the Jasypt library for encrypting credentials such as username and password about data source or any sensitive information you want to protect in the Spring Boot configuration file, the application.properties or application.yml. You see, this is a Java Spring Boot project, and this is the content of the application properties file. And basically, we specify the username and password of a data source to a database here in plain text. And for security reason, we don't want to expose the real username and password. So that's why we want to encrypt the values of credentials, username and password of a data source here in the application configuration file. So in this video, I will show you two ways for encrypting credentials in the Spring Boot configuration file. The first way is using Jasypt Maven plugin with default configuration, and in the second way, we will use a custom encryptor. Firstly, let's understand briefly about Jasypt. Jasypt stands for Java Simplified Encryption. It is a high security and standard-based encryption library written in Java. Jasypt provides seamlessly and transparent integration with Spring Framework, so it is very simple to use, but still highly configurable. And this is the home page of Jasypt. So head over to the Jasypt homepage here, jasypt.org. You see, it is a Java Simplified Encryption library, high security, transparent integration with frameworks like Hybrid and Spring. In this video, I suppose that you are developing a Spring Boot project using the latest versions of Java Development Kit JDK, Spring Tools with IDE, and especially Maven, because we are going to use Jasypt library through Maven plugin. So make sure that you have a separate installation of Maven on your computer. So suppose that you have installed Maven, and in the command prompt, you can type mvn command here, and you see the output of Maven. To use the Jasypt library, we need to update the Maven project file. So open the pom.xml file here, and we need to declare a new dependency for the Jasypt library here. Dependency with the group ID is com.github.ulysses.geo, and artifact ID is Jasypt spring boot starter, and version number is 3.0.3. And we also need to declare a Maven plugin. Here in the plugins section here, we declare a new Maven plugin here. Plugin, and copy the group ID here. Copy and paste. Group ID com.github.ulysses.geo here. And the artifact ID is Jasypt-Maven plugin, and the same version 3.0.3. Okay, save the file, and we will see the Java files appear here. You see, we got three new Java files: Jasypt core, Jasypt Spring Boot, and Jasypt Spring Boot starter here. So that's how to declare the dependencies for using Jasypt encryption library, Jasypt Spring Boot starter, and Jasypt Maven plugin here. Now I'm going to show you how to encrypt a string and decrypt an encrypted string. The very basic uses of Jasypt Maven plugin. So in the command prompt, I change the current directory to the project directory. But first, let me change the command prompt to something like this. So we see the command I type better, and let's see the project directory. Here I copy the project directory and change the current directory here to the project directory. Okay, I'm in the current project directory, and to encrypt a single string value using the Jasypt library, we can type this Maven command mvn, which the goal is Jasypt encrypt dash a value, and we need to specify a property for the password or private key. Jasypt dot encryptor dot password. This is a private key of the encryption algorithm. For example, I specify the password is Java 2020, and then specify the property for the string value we want to encrypt. Jasypt dot plugin dot value equal to a string we want to encrypt. For example, name hm. Hit enter. And you see build success, and you can see the output value here. Yeah, you can see the encrypted string inside the parentheses here. This is the encrypted string here, which the prefix is enc. So we can copy this encrypted string into the Spring Boot application configuration file. Let me run another command. The command again to encrypt another value. For example, code Java. And you can see now the encrypted string here. Now let me show you how to decrypt an encrypted string. So we type this command mvn jasypt decrypt dash value with the same password, same private key Java 2020, and value is the encrypted string. For example, I copy the encrypted string here, copy and paste here, and hit enter. And you see it is decrypted, and you can see the value is code Java here. Now let's type the decrypt command again, and this time we want to decrypt the first encrypted string here. Here, and pass the encrypted string to the command here. Enter. And you see it prints the decrypted value is name sm here exactly. is a value I used to encrypt before. So that's the very basic uses of the Jasypt library to encrypt and decrypt. Now I'm going to show you how to use the Jasypt library to encrypt the username and password of data source here. Uh, Before that, I need to create a backup, a copy of this application.properties file. Okay, so we have a copy here, application2.properties here, and to encrypt username here, just wrap the value you want to decrypt inside a parenthesis, followed by the prefix DEC. Yeah, DEC description here. Okay, that means I want to encrypt the username and password with these values. And in the command prompt here, we can type this command mvn Jasypt colon encrypt, and then the property for the private key Jasypt encryptor password equal Java 2020 is a private key, the password for the encryptor. That's it, and hit enter. And the Jasypt plugin, we replace the uh, values in the application properties file, and you can see encrypting file application.properties here, and you see the value of username and password have been encrypted here. You can see perfect, right? And this is the original properties file here. You see. Now let me try to run this Spring Boot application with this encrypted username and password in the application properties file here. So in the boot dashboard here, start the application, Shopee backend. And we got an error here because we need to specify the private key when running the application. So you need to open the run configurations here and edit the configuration for running this Spring Boot application. And in the arguments tab here, pass this property under the VM arguments. Dash the Jasypt dot encryptor dot password equal to the private key, which is used to encrypt the application properties file here, Java 2020 here, Java 2020, and run the application. So you can see it's very convenient and transparent when using the Jasypt library. Okay, you see the application has started normally here without any error, and the username and password in the configuration file are encrypted here using the default encryption configuration of the Jasypt library. Now I can verify by access the application in Chrome browser here. HTTP localhost port number 8080 show me admin. You see, I can access the application normally. Let me log in. Successfully, I'm in the application here and I can use the application normally. Perfect, right? So that's how to encrypt the sensitive information in the Spring Boot application configuration file. Now I'm going to show you how to decrypt the encrypted values in the Spring Boot application configuration file for verification purpose, for checking purpose. So in the command prompt, in the directory of the project, type the command mvn Jasypt decrypt and specify the password of the encryptor. Jasypt encryptor password equal to the password I have used to encrypt Java 2020 here, and hit enter. And Jasypt library, we print the decrypted values on screen. Here you see the decrypted value of the name is DEC root and password ADEC password here. It doesn't replace update real application properties. As you can see, it just prints the decrypted values in the output for verification purpose, checking purpose. Next, I'm going to show you how to encrypt username and password of Spring Data Source in another project that uses different format of the application configuration file. That is application.yml here. So let me open this application configuration file in the YML format here, and I want to encrypt username and password of a data source here. But first we need to open the Maven project file to declare dependencies for Jasypt library and Jasypt Maven plugin here. So we can copy the dependency from the previous project here. Copy the Jasypt Spring Boot starter dependency here. So it will integrate with Spring Boot transparently, and also the Maven plugin for Jasypt here. Okay, save the changes. And in the application.yml file here, we wrap the value we want to decrypt inside deck here, DEC deck here. Okay, and in the command prompt, we change the current directory to the project directory. This is the current directory ShopMe backend, and I change to the ShopMe frontend project here. Okay, and type this command mvn Jasypt encrypt, and we specify the password of the encryptor. Jasypt.encryptor.password equal to private key, private password. This time I used this password code Java 2020, and because by default Jasypt encrypts the values deck values in application.properties file. So in the command prompt we need to specify an additional property for the YML file, jasypt.plugin.path here, and specify the path to the YML file is file sc/main/resources, and the name of the application .yml here, and hit enter. Okay, you see build success, and let's see the content of the application YML file. You see username and password have been encrypted here. Now let me run this Spring Boot application ShopMe frontend, and before that we need to edit the run configuration to pass the password to the encrypt encryptor here, submit front-end, run conversion here, arguments, and under the VM arguments here, specify this property, Jasypt dot encryptor dot password equal code Java 2020 and run. So you can see Jasypt library integrates transparency with string framework. So you can use this encryption feature with minimal effort, very convenient. Here see the application has started normally. And you can see some login information from the Jasypt library here. It didn't find any encryptor configuration, so it uses the default configuration. You can see the default encryption algorithm here. Okay, let me check by accessing the submit frontend application. Yeah. Okay, you see, we can see a product information. Perfect, right? And the username and the password of the data source are encrypted in the configuration file here. In case we want to change the private key of the encryptor or the password of the encryptor, Jasypt Maven plugin provides a very convenient command. So in this project, you can see we use the password is code Java 2020, and now we want to change to use a new password. So we can use this command from command line. Before that, I make a backup copy of this application configuration file. Copy and paste here. Okay. And now in the command prompt, type this command mvn Jasypt re-encrypt and specify the values for the old password and new password. Jasypt dot plugin dot o dot password. Our password is code Java 2020. Then the value for the new password Jasypt dot plugin dot Jasypt dot encryptor dot password equal to the new password. For example, I want to use a new password 2020 Java, for example, and hit enter. And the Jasypt library, we replace the encrypted value here with another encrypted value generated by using a different private key. Hit enter. We got an error here because in this project the application file is application.yml, so we need to specify the path to the YML file. Jasypt dot plugin dot path equal file colon sc slash main slash resource slash application dot yml. Okay, build success. And you can see the encrypted values have changed. We can open the copy file here to compare. Open. You can see the previous encrypted values with the old password here, and this is a new encrypted value with a new password. They are absolutely different, right? So that's very convenient to re-encrypt the application configuration file whenever we want to change the password of the encryptor. Just type this command Jasypt re-encrypt and specify the value of the old password and new password and the path to the application.yml file. So far you have seen it's quite simple to use the Jasypt Maven plugin with default encryption configuration to encrypt credentials in the configuration file. It is perfect for those who don't have deep knowledge in encryption algorithm. In case you have some knowledge in encryption algorithm and you want to customize the Jasypt encryption library, it is also easy to configure. And in this section, I will show you how to use a custom encryptor in a Spring Boot project. So let's create a new class in the project for custom encryptor. Here I will create a new class under this package, a new class, and the class name is, for example, Jasypt configuration. Okay, and we need to use the configuration annotation from Spring Framework, and we need to declare a bin that returns an instance of string encryptor. Bin which the name is Jasypt string encryptor. Public this method return an implementation of string encryptor. Get encryptor. And we use boot PPE string encryptor class. Encryptor equal new. Sorry, the name should be PPE here. Okay. And return the encryptor. And if you have some knowledge in the encryption algorithm, you can customize the configurations here. Simple string PPE config equal new, and set config for the encryptor. Set config. And for the config, we can set various information. Config set algorithm is, for example, we want to use this algorithm PPE with MD5 and DES, and we want to set the private key, set the password here. For example, the password is Java Duke, and we want to set the key obtention in iteration 1000, for example. So I say that if you have deep knowledge in the encryption algorithm, so you can customize the configuration like this. Set pool size 1. Set provider name. Provider name Sanjay CE. Set sound generator class name. or .jasypt dot sound dot random sound generator, and set the output type, set string output type by 64. That's it for the configuration of a string encryptor. And at runtime, Jasypt library, we use this bin to perform the decryption of the encrypted values in the application configuration file. And to encrypt the values, credentials, username, password in the application file, you need to, for example, password is password, and username is root for the data source. Here, you need to create a new test class that uses this encryptor. So create a new test class here, new class, Jasypt encryptor test. Test public void test encrypt string. Yeah, and we need to create a new instance of this string encryptor exactly in the configuration file here, and then we can encrypt the plain text equal for the username root here, and we call encryptor encrypt plain text, and it will return encrypted text encrypted text equal, and we print out the value of the encrypted text here, and then we copy to the application configuration file. Now let's run this test method test encrypt string here to get the encrypted value. Okay, here we go, the encrypted value of the string root. So we copy and paste into the application configuration file username root here inside enc here, and we do the same for the password here. So you can see customizing Jasypt encryption like this we take more time, more effort. Okay, and now I want to encrypt this string password and run the test again to get the encrypted value. Here, and copy and paste here, wrap inside enc here. Okay, and that's it. And now we can run the program, run the application. Submit front end here. And you can see the application has started normally without any error. And in the console view here, you can see some login information of the Jasypt library here. File custom encryptor bin here, with the name Jasypt string encryptor here. That means the configuration in the configuration class Jasypt configuration here uh, has been loaded successfully, and now we can check by accessing the application. Shop me here. You can see the application can connect to the database normally, and you can see the product information here. Perfect, right? So as you can see, the configuration here in the custom class here overrides the password we specify in the run configuration here. Yes, for the Xiaomi front end, you can see we can delete this argument and close, save. We see. So that's how to customize the Jasypt encryption library using a configuration like this. In case you have some knowledge in encryption algorithm and you want to customize various settings for the encryptor. You can also customize the zip encryption through the application configuration file here. Using Spring Tool Suite ID, you can type Jasypt and it will display the list of properties here for Jasypt. Encryptor, bin, algorithm, password pool size here. In case you want to customize in the application configuration file. So that you have learned how to use the zip library for encrypting credentials, sensitive information in the Spring Boot configuration file, application.properties and application.yml with two ways using Jasypt Maven plugin and use the custom encryptor. I hope you have found this video helpful. Please help me to grow this channel by clicking the subscribe button and then like, comment and share this video. Thanks for watching.